somebody in negative sentences. This is the nuance that we talked about in the video on somebody versus anybody. In normal negative sentences, 99% of the time, you're going to use nobody or anybody. Nobody is here, or there isn't anybody here. There are some instances where somebody makes more sense, but they are very specific and nuanced and not common. I'll give you an example. Well, let's say you have 5 kids. You know that they exist. You go into the bathroom and you're like, wow, there's poop in the toilet. Somebody didn't flush the toilet. Grammatically, you could say nobody flushed the toilet, but in this context, it doesn't make sense. It's true that nobody flushed it, but that's not the point. The point is that the one person who used it didn't flush it, and you don't know which one it was, but you know they exist because they're your kids. So if you say nobody flushed it, it means you didn't, and you didn't, and you didn't, and you didn't, which makes it sound like the responsibility of all the kids to flush the toilet after one kid uses it. And it's not. It's just the one kid's responsibility, but we don't know which one it is, so we use somebody. I'll give you another example. Work example. John was supposed to tell you about this meeting, but he didn't, and now you're late to the meeting because John didn't tell you. So you come into the meeting and you say, oh, so sorry I'm late. Somebody, John, didn't tell me about this meeting. You actually know that it was John, but you're being vague on purpose, because if you come into a meeting and you say, John didn't tell me, you're blaming him in public, and that's not professional. So basically what you're doing is you're blaming him in a lighthearted way. You're playfully blaming him, so it makes it more polite and professional. These are the only 2 examples that I can think of where somebody makes more sense in a negative statement than anybody and nobody. So the moral of the story is 99% of the time, use anybody and nobody in negative statements, unless it's one of these weird, nuanced situations.